God.
Okay. Will you state your name, please? Ronnie Lee Graham. How old are you, Mr. Graham? Right now, I am 19. You are the defendant in this case, are you not? I am, yes, sir. When were you arrested, Mr. Graham? I was arrested on March 23rd or March 21st. I am not sure which date it was. You are not positive of the exact date of your arrest? Right now, I can't remember. Will you explain to the court the circumstances surrounding your arrest? If you want me to, I will. First, where were you arrested? At my residence in Chicago, Illinois. Were you inside or outside of your house there? I was outside of my house. Explain to the court what you were doing and what happened at that time. My two sisters and I were in the car and we were getting ready to leave. Where was the car then? It was parked in the driveway. This car was parked outside of your house, is that correct? That is correct. I take it you got into the car? I was in the car. Did you tell us who was in the car with you? My two sisters were. What kind of car was it? It was a 1970 Cadillac. Explain what happened after you got into the car. After I got in the car, I was getting ready to back out of the driveway when the officers blocked it. What did you see them do next? They got out of their car and approached mine. Let me ask you at this point, did you move the car at all? No, I didn't get a chance to move it. You say the officers blocked the driveway? They sure did. All right, what happened then? When they got near to us, they told us not to move. As they approached the car, were their guns drawn? Yes, they were armed. What did they tell you to do? Told me and my two sisters not to move. Did you comply with their request? They told us to step out of the car, and we did. We got out. You got out of the car first? My sisters got out first. And then you got out of the car after them? Yes, sir. What happened next? They began to search me and also said they were going to search the house. Did they say what they wanted to search the house for? They said they had reason to believe there was an escaped prisoner in the house. Did the officers tell you they had a warrant for your arrest? No, they did not tell me that. Did they tell you anything concerning yourself? They didn't say anything about me, you know. But they did search your person, is that correct? Yes, sir. This was outside your house? They did that? That's right. Did they search you on more than one occasion? They searched me twice. Did they remove anything from your person the first time they did that? No, they didn't take anything. How much time went on between the first time they searched you and the second time? I would say about 5 minutes. Up until this time, had any officer gone into the house? At this time, they had not gone into the house. Were you ever advised you were under arrest prior to your second search? No, they never said I was under arrest. Did they ever tell you that you were under suspicion or that they had reason to believe you had committed any unlawful act? They did not say anything like that, no. Now, what happened when you were searched the second time? They removed a .32 caliber pistol from my possession. This was on your person? It was in my pocket. Did they tell you you were under arrest then? Yes, for carrying a gun. What happened after the officers told you that? They put me in one of the cars, advised me of my rights and everything. They continued trying to get into the house. What do you mean by that? My sisters were not letting the officers get into the house because they did not show them a warrant or anything. How long did you stay there before they took you away? I stayed there about a half hour. Had the police entered the house while you were there? They were still trying to get in. Did they receive permission from you to enter the house? No, they did not. They just said they wanted to go in, is that right? That's all they said. And you refused them that right? I did. I asked them if they had a warrant, and they said they did not need one. Do you remember who made that statement to you? The officer was here in the courtroom. I don't know his name. Did they ask your sisters if they can go in the house? They asked them. Did your sisters let them in? No, they wouldn't. Did you later learn how they got in the house? I found out later. When did you find this out? This was after I was released on bond. While you were there at the scene, did the officers ever say anything to you about being a bank robber? No, sir, they did not. Did they say you were suspected of being a bank robber? No, sir. Well, what did they say to you? The only thing they said to me was that they had reason to believe there was an escaped prisoner in the house. There has been some testimony here that you got out of the car and went back into the house for something. Is that true? No, sir, that is not true. Did you go back to the house to get your gun and put it in your pocket? I did not. You only came out of the house one time, is that what you are saying? I came out one time and got into the car. Would you please state your name? Betty Elaine Drew. Miss Drew, are you scheduled to go in the military service within the next few days? Yes, sir. When are you going to go into the military service? June 30th. Where are you to report? Orlando, Florida. For what purpose are you going there? For basic training. All right, what branch of the service is that with? The Navy. Do you know what your address will be in Orlando, Florida at the present time? No, sir. How long is it anticipated you will be in basic training? 8 weeks. At that time, would you be returning to Orlando? For 2 weeks, yes, just for 2 weeks. Just for 2 weeks? Yes, sir. Miss Drew, I am going to ask you to direct your attention back to the events which occurred on April 4th of this year. Do you remember that date? Yes, sir, I do. Did you happen to come in contact with one Jack Hayes on the 4th of April? Yes, sir, I saw him that day. What was the substance of your contact with him that day? He asked me to go out with him. All right, did you have occasion to discuss the fact that Jack had asked you to go out with anyone else?
Okay.